Hello and welcome to The Quest on Rajya Sabha TV. I'm Rakhee Bakshee. As you know that in this show, we keep bringing new personalities, they're leading ones. Through them, we hear their stories and they share their views and vision on this show. It's been a long journey. We have completed almost 100 episodes, more than that, and we're still going on. But the special guest today with us in the Rajya Sabha studio is also somebody who's very well known for two reasons. He's a very well known actor in Odisha. He's a superstar. He's also a Rajya Sabha member of parliament. And we are talking to him at a time when we are really concerned as to why parliament has not functioned. So we'll take on questions from him on those issues and also would try to take insights from a parliamentarian as to how one feels. So we welcome Anubhav Mohanty. Welcome to the show.
Thank you and namaskar to all.
Yeah, you know, we are, as I said, we are talking to you at a time when it's really frustrating and this parliament session has been a disappointment.
Yes.
How would you really look at it also, because you have talked about it in the House, in Rajya Sabha, and we would like to know from you, the perspective from the first-time parliamentarian in Rajya Sabha as to how one feels.
See, before coming into politics, I am an actor. I was into films. I'm still into films. So in films, we normally project politicians in a very different way. So I always had an idea about politicians that they are like this, they behave very rudely or they speak very rudely. They are not that friendly, they are not that wise. This was a conception in my mind. But when I came to the Rajya Sabha, when I sat for the first day and when I continuously saw everyone speaking on different issues, what I learnt is it's a place of so many wise men and women. It's such a great institution, such a great temple, I can say, where people know so much, where people, they produce so much ideas for the development of the nation. But now when I'm seeing, although it's not new, I had also seen the same situations in the last winter session. But this time it is really
So it is basically disappointing you, frustrating you almost.
Yes, I'm very much upset when we are projecting a wrong image of politicians and a wrong image of all the parliamentarians. Because the whole nation, the whole world who is concerned about the Indian politics are watching us. So, and especially when the school kids, they come to the gallery, they watch us, they just come to see how the people of the nation who think day and night about the development of the nation, how they work and who they are actually.
Yeah. So, in your speech, you also said, I have a right to speak. So somebody who is a parliamentarian, who is relatively younger there in that upper house, but who wants to present his views because he's also representing certain section of people, you felt that there is a chance which is getting lost.
Yes, of course. I feel a lot of my rights are being ignored. And as a parliamentarian, as a politician, I have the right to speak. I have the right to represent my people, their views before all. I'm very upset that it's not happening properly.
Look at it. I mean, so much of money is being wasted also. And that's why now there is this new initiative. We have seen that, eminent citizens have actually of asked for it. There is a signature campaign going on for the first time saying that let Parliament function.
True. It's really disappointing. I from my heart, the deepest core of my heart, I really want the Parliament should function at any cost, be whatever be the issue. Every issue has to be addressed, every issue has to be discussed, every issue has to be debated properly. And if there is any kind of corruption into it, corruption must be addressed at any cost. But Parliament should not be defunct. It should function, it should run, because the whole nation is waiting to see how people are speaking on their views before all.
Mr. Mohanty, what you're saying, do you think you also represent many of your colleagues who are younger, who've come here maybe for the first or second time and who really want that space to be used, where they can speak for the right reasons? Do you think there are others and you're kind of representing a section of those young politicians who would really like to take that space?
Luckily, I am the youngest Rajya Sabha MP in the entire Indian history. But I have so many colleagues, those who have come for the first time to the Rajya Sabha, and I have spoken to few Lok Sabha MPs also, those who are first timers. So we all are upset, and I don't think it's just my opinion. There are so many MPs, those who think the same way I'm saying. We all want the house should run, but it's just two sides who are deciding everything.
You are saying two sides. So do you think it's kind of becoming a platform where everybody is trying to, I mean, one party or the other, in this case, the ruling and the opposition trying to prove, but what about parties like you, the BJD, which you represent? I mean, what kind of, initiative or effort the party is making?
See, we have been speaking on this since the very beginning. We had our party stand is very much strong, and our party leader, my most lovable Chief Minister, Sri Naveen Patnaik ji, he had very particularly said all of us, instructed all of us that we always should stand saying that the party that the parliament should run properly. The issues should be addressed properly, because every issue is equally important for all the people who are living in this nation. So and believe me, this is not something which is happening now for the first time. Although I am just 1 year old in this parliament, yet I have seen parliament on television, on your channel only. And I have been disappointed since very beginning, because when the government was on the other side and the opposition was on the present government side, just a year back, the same issues were happening, and I don't say
you would really like that to change now.
See, I'm not nowhere saying that whatever was happening is wrong or whatever is happening is wrong. But what I'm saying is, the way it was happening and the way it is happening now also, this is definitely wrong, and we must take a strong step to overcome this and overcome this forever, not for this particular issue only.
You know, there is now a PIL by a NGO also saying that, this should end. They have even asked the court to intervene, something that, of course, one has to look into, because these are matters of some other dimensions. But the fact that now, the frustration has reached that kind of level, corporate India has also asked about it, but some are looking into motives there as well.
See, it's not just a concern from a particular category. It's a concern from all over the world, because I'll talk about my family. If you say, my family is spread all over the world. Maybe my sisters, those who are staying, she's staying in London with her family. My sister is staying in Singapore with her family. My brother is also staying there. So I'm getting feedbacks from all over. They are even messaging and speaking to me what is happening, and why the parliament is not functioning, why things are not being discussed, why things are not being carried ahead. So there has to be a strong thing which should stop all these.
And we are also talking at a time when will be going to celebrate Independence Day, and we should celebrate our democracy that we are proud of. And this is all happening at a time when, people are looking up to their politicians, their leaders, that how they should uphold democracy in India.
See, I have heard a few politicians, a few great leaders speaking in the House that there has been a conspiracy or something in which they are projecting a dirty image of politicians outside. But I feel, yes, we must be concerned for this. We must find out if it is actually true, then it has to be addressed. But at the same time, we also must think that whatever steps we are taking in the parliament, that is also projecting a wrong image of the politicians. So that should be changed. We must first change ourselves, then we must question the other side. So that's not happening properly.
You have spoken in the House, and you've spoken with some kind of, I would say, anguish. And how does it feel now that your views and vision, as we are saying, which should be carried ahead? Sometimes, we talk to leaders and they say that they don't get a chance to speak. Sometimes they feel that all the dominant faces come forward. We have seen the presiding officers, how they feel, because they would like the House to run. How would you really like to look at it from, let's say, how citizens are feeling today and how a parliament is feeling today about, the time being wasted, the energy being wasted? There are all kinds of formulas coming in, whether the salary should be cut, whether the MP should take a step forward to really do something.
See, I must say, neither the government nor the opposition, nobody is practically and genuinely trying for the House to run properly.
And consensus is the word, that they should sit on the table, discuss and debate.
It's just personal rivalry of both the parties, which is being acted in the House. So I feel if it's a collective effort of all the parties, all the MPs. It's not just the government who has to take the step. It's not just the opposition who has to take the step. It's all of us together who have to think really constructively and make the House run. And for those who speak,
let's look at the bills. For example, GST bill. What are your views on the
land acquisition bill, the GST bill? There are so many important bills, but still everything is just dumped, stagnant and stale.
And look at your party. I mean, your party, in fact, one of the senior leaders also said that they talked about one particular party and said that that kind of stubbornness should not be seen. But then opposition has to say that, there are issues which should be addressed, and that's why the House got stalled, whereas the government says that, let the House be convened, the regular business should go on. So that's what is going on, but your party is...
Can you just say me that this thing was not happening during UPA government? The same issues were happening then also. The government was saying we are ready to discuss, but the opposition was saying...
Whose side are you on as a party?
I am on the nation's side. I am on people's side. I am here to perform my responsibilities, my duties, and I am very much responsible. I am very much committed to my words, because when I became the MP, when my name was declared by my Honorable Chief Minister Shri Naveen Patnaik ji, that I will be coming to the upper house, I felt, where am I going? Where is he sending me? And I have so many responsibilities coming on me. And I committed the people of my state that in these 6 years, I will at least give them a single chance to feel proud of me.
Okay.
So that is my strong feeling that I really want to do something good for my people, for the state of Odisha, for the entire nation. So I'm here to perform my duties.
So we'll be talking about this journey from an actor to a parliamentarian, and we'll be talking about that after this very short break that we're taking on The Quest on Rajya Sabha TV. We are right now talking to Mr. Anubhav Mohanty. As we told you, he's a BJD MP from Rajya Sabha. Of course, somebody who's very concerned that the House should function, and we are talking to him at the right time, we feel. Come back to us. We'll still be talking to Mr. Anubhav Mohanty after this very short break. Hello and welcome back to the show. You're watching The Quest here on Rajya Sabha TV. We are talking to Mr. Anubhav Mohanty. From an actor to parliamentarian, how has the journey been? I mean, somebody who was looked up by so many people on the silver screen, now in reality you have to deliver also. Is that more of a responsibility?
See, definitely it's a bigger responsibility. But at the same time, I must say, why it must be difficult for actors to perform a good career in politics, because see, people see actors in a very different way. In films, we jump from a 10-story building, we fight with hundreds of bad men, and we defeat the evil. Finally, we win, and we can do and undo anything in the movies.
You're the good doer, yeah.
Yes, but in politics, as I have been talking to you since last few minutes, you must be getting what is happening here. Even though I'm wanting to, I deeply want to do something here, it's not being possible. So that's really disheartening.
So what is the real difference? What do you feel? Tell us frankly.
The real difference is that's a fantastic world. That's a
world of make-believe.
Yes, yes. And this is something which is reality maybe.
Yeah.
And if these real people, the real heroes, those who are sitting in the parliament, they are the actual heroes, they are the real heroes. And I love a lot of parliamentarians. I have learned so many things from them since I have started understanding what's politics. But there are few politicians and there are few political intentions, those who are actually hampering the image of a politician.
How does it help your experience in cinema as an actor and now here in politics? I mean, do you see some kind of connect? Because you have, of course, let's say when you act for so many people, there's a wide audience also. And here you have, people who you represent.
Yes.
So do you see some kind of thread, a link where you can use it for a better performance, let's say?
A film star is directly connected to the heart of people. He or she can deeply penetrate into anyone's mind and emotions. So it becomes so important for a film star to perform really good in politics so that the people who love him or her so madly, they should also get the same love when he's a politician or she's a politician.
But then there are some kind of accusations sometimes, or maybe people, how they expect. They say that people who are, let's say, come through these kind of fields, which is creative arts, whether films or sports or other such fields of eminence, and they are skilled in those particular fields and sections, whether they really understand exactly and seriously their own responsibilities. I mean, for example, there have been talks about how many members who are from your field come to the House, how much they participate, how much they speak. How would you like to really kind of present your case or your section's case in that manner?
See, I don't want to speak on anyone. They are great people in their world and they have been really trying to do their best. With due respect to everyone, I just want to say that I want to create my own image. I want to create my own space, my own position in people's heart. And the reason for which I'm here, that's most important for me. And that's why I normally try to give exclusive time and proper focus on whatever I'm doing here in the parliament, for which the day I became the member of parliament, the day I took oath here, it was last 7th July 2014, I remember the date here. And since then, I have clearly said to all my producers that whenever there is a session going on, I'm not going to come for any shoot. I'm not going to entertain any kind of film work then, because it's a bigger responsibility for me. I'm not saying that's something really small for me, because that's what has given me the proper recognition. So I can never forget it. I'll till my death, I'll love it. But this has become a bigger responsibility now, of course, and I can never ignore it. So I don't want to follow anyone. I have in my life, if I have ever followed anyone, it's my father. It's his teachings. And till today and till the end of my life, I will always love to follow him and create my own position in life.
Your father is your idol. But let's look at cinema, and I'll come back again to that. As you're saying, we see that some actors, when they are nominated or when they contest elections, they become a representative of people and become parliamentarians. The balance is to how to make a balance between their acting or their film schedules and the parliamentary work. I mean, how to really juggle that becomes, let's say, a challenge. Any insights on that?
Yes, it's sometimes it's really difficult, because your fans expect you to do a lot of films.
Because socially, tell us also how you're making a difference. I mean, do you have any plan that your creative work should also reflect seriously in what
Yes, of course, because
should do?
it has been with me, the social responsibility has been with me before I came to politics, because I particularly focus on those kind of movies only which can be viewed with the entire family together. Because what I feel is, it's just my personal opinion, whatever movie I do, after 15 years, after 20 years, after 25 years, if at all I am alive, then I must feel comfortable watching those movies with my family.
Are you doing something socially, as we were discussing
Yes,
also
we did a movie which released last June, and it was a very big blockbuster. The movie name was Goppa Helebi Sata. It was in Odia. And that movie, through the movie, we tried to convey a lot of beautiful social messages. And it's God's blessing that everyone just loved every single message that we tried to convey. And every message penetrated deeply into people's heart and mind.
And back in Odisha, you're doing some kind of, you're involved in some social issues as well.
Yes, of course. And it's not just new for me. I've been doing this before. And I have been struggling hard to do good for people, those who are really needy. Mostly orphans and girl and women. See, I'm into 2 standing committees here. I'm into the Empowerment of Women Committee. I'm into the HRD committee. So these responsibilities have become bigger with these committees also. So I try my level best to do something good for the weakest section of the society.
Okay.
And I really want to do something for the old age people also, and those animals.
Animals also.
Yes.
As we're wrapping up, we have less time now, and we'll have to wrap it up. Since we're talking about the nation, any message that you would like to give to the people, or as a proud citizen of this nation, you'd like to share with us? The final question.
I really wish if I could have got some more time to speak, but I hope I'll get one more chance later. Anyways, if you ask me to say something to the people of my nation, I just want to say that always keep faith in God, always be confident in whatever you are doing, and just think of one thing, that whatever you do in your life, whichever field you are into, and whatever the thing you do in your life, just do something good, so that you can stand before the mirror and see yourself directly into your eyes, looking into your eyes. Because you have to be self-confident, and doing a sin, you might lie the whole world, you might lie the entire nation or everyone, but you cannot lie yourself, your own inner conscience.
Very good.
So the day you look into your own eyes very directly before the mirror, you have to stand erect and have the courage to watch yourself and think that yes, I have done right in my life. So that should be the
Something in
feeling
Odia,
in everyone.
a little one line that you'd like to share to your audience who are back in Orissa will be watching you.
I just want to say all of you that it's a very pride moment for me to be seated here in this great Rajya Sabha TV and be a part of this great parliament because I think it's the biggest temple in this whole nation. And for every Indian in the whole world, it is the biggest temple. So it's because of your love, your blessings why I'm here. And I have no words to thank my lovely Chief Minister, Shri Naveen Patnaik ji, because you have recognized young talents every time and you have really made us feel very proud of you.
Okay. So thank you so much. We'll have to wrap it up here. And
Yes.
as you said, maybe second edition sometime again. And thank you
I'd love to
for
come again.
talking to us and sparing time to talk to us about all those issues, also disappointments, also hopes and aspirations.
I had so many questions this time in the parliament, so many start questions. Even today, I had, and
but we wish you all the best, and we wish that your anguish should reach to larger people, maybe to more politicians who may be watching, and they should listen and look into it seriously.
It's a request from my side to all the politicians, and I apologize if I've said anything wrong to any senior personality. Please, please excuse me.
Thank you so much once again, Mr. Anubhav Mohanty, for being here on Rajya Sabha TV, and that was Mr. Anubhav Mohanty. He shared his views, also his disappointment, also hopes and aspirations as a young parliamentarian. Hope you like this particular edition of The Quest on Rajya Sabha TV. Keep watching. Namaskar and bye-bye.